Hey buddy, you ever watch a movie as a kid that you really liked, but nobody else knew about it? When I was a kid, my mom brought home a DVD from our local gas station. Yes, our gas station sold DVDs. Quit asking so many questions. But the name of this movie was Mirror Mask. It was directed by Dave McKean and written by himself and Neil Gaiman, which you might know from his writing credit on Touching Anime Movie Volume 3. I've never seen anyone talk about Mirror Mask, but probably because it's really obscure and really meaty, like there's a lot to digest. But I'm here to give you my opinion. It's good. Kinda. There's a whole lot to get into, so let's just have at it. This video's gonna suck. Good Christ. We open with this weird-ass foot puppet show. Everybody keep a lookout for Dan Schneider. It's worth mentioning that the visual style is actually pretty cool with a messy sketch paper sort of look, but some of the design choices are questionable. 15-year-old Helena works at her family circus. No, not that. Get out of here. And her mother and her are arguing about her involvement when things get heated.
Open the door. Helena.
Okay, I'm getting dressed. There is no need to shout at me.
I am not shouting. You're gonna be the death of me.
I wish I was.
So the show begins. Helena and her dad are juggling, and her dad keeps putting this weird inflection on banana.
Bananas?
A banana! So the gorilla comes out and riles up the audience, which is supposed to be Helena's mom, but it seems that Helena's mom is having some issues.
Oh my god.
So mom goes in an ambulance, family sad, etc., etc. We return 10 days later, and Helena's having some issues with mom being sick. Helena catches a bus and heads to the hospital. For some reason, the hospital staff is like really personable with her, even after she's only been there assumedly 10 days. I don't know about you, but being at a hospital for 10 days to visit, you're barely getting to the point where you're seeing all the employees. But Helena is like getting a hairbrush from the front desk and on a first name basis with everyone. I don't know, it's weird. Helena asks where the fruit she brought is because it's gone. And the look on this woman's face, like she clearly stole the fruit, but her mom says the doctors took it. Okay? It's so weird. The whole first act of this movie is like really slow, and it's actually kind of one of the weak points that I think is in the movie, so we're just gonna skip ahead. There's an emotional scene with her dad about them being worried. There's a scene where the circus employees are pissed because they're not working, etc., etc. Helena goes to sleep, and after a weird dream that makes absolutely zero sense, she wakes up to no one in the house. She goes out on the balcony and sees some stranger danger action down in the alley, so she goes and checks it out. She's talking to the stranger dangers, and some black shadows are creeping. Holy shit! One of the stranger dangers is throwing these explosive balls at the darkness. It does nothing. He's dead too. They get inside, and here's where my visual complaints begin. There's this strange vignette over the entire film with this really low contrast, so it feels hard to see at virtually all times. I definitely like the aesthetic, but I don't think this was the way to go with it. There were some really cool design choices here, but I don't think that the filter choice was very poggers at all. So they get inside, and what is that? Oh, good. Oh god, these catmen appear throughout the movie, and I just gotta say, fucking terrifying. The man whose name we find out is Valentine tells her to find a book, yeet it onto the ground, and then we can ride it. This little spider eye is apparently one of the Dark Queen's minions and goes to tell her, I guess. Juggling scene. Stickbugs come, tell her she's the princess, kidnap her back to the palace. But wait, there's nothing behind or in front of her. Couldn't she just roll out? I mean, they don't really have any other way to carry her. That's it. That's the only way.
Sleep. This is just a dream.
You're just now realizing this is a dream? It wasn't the catmen? The exploding balls of darkness? And we go to the palace where her dad has literally a crumpled piece of paper on his face. Dad thinks she's the princess and then realizes she's not after seeing her bunny slippers.
But you're not her, are you?
Dad takes her in to see the White Queen, who's been asleep for some time. He throws this little cube on the ground where his little pocket band comes out, gives a little ambience while he tells her the story of what happened. Dark Princess comes over, they party, Princess gone, Queen asleep. Not really cutting any corners here. Pretty much exactly how he describes it. He tells Helena of a charm that can wake the Queen, but where is it?
I don't know.
What does it look like?
I don't know.
How big is it?
I don't know.
Is there any meaning to this movie?
I don't know.
So Helena and Vincent go to look for the charm, and the first stop is a library to ask for help, and so he tells her they need a net to catch the books, and these net goblins provide them with one. I wonder what they need the nets for. They flop around for a while and catch a book. I guess they just got exactly the one they needed in one try. Over here reads them the story of how the world came to be. Basically, she drew on both sides of the paper, one light, one dark. I'm not kidding. That's it. Helena gets a useful little book that's basically her game facts in this movie. It's literally just a walkthrough. Helena sees a light out the window and they start walking towards it. And this is something that happens throughout the movie. Helena looks through a window and can see her bedroom. Sometimes she's in the bedroom. Sometimes she's not. I don't know. It's weird. They come up to a gate for giants orbiting and oh, good God! So another one of the Sphinx Catman creatures is standing at the gate and asks her a riddle.
What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs in the evening?
She gets it wrong, but just insists that it's right.
No, I think you'll find it's William. I saw him. He was on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon show, and he was limping on 3 in the evening because he hurt his paw.
And then she asks him a riddle and walks around him while he's thinking about it. Hey, wait. Don't you have to solve a riddle to get past? If you can just distract him, I feel like there's so many better ways than just asking him a phony riddle, but whatever, who cares? Valentine notices the darkness is coming, so he runs to warn Helena and distracts the cat the proper way.
Look! An idiot! Where?
Helena finds the giants where the light was shining and she goes to talk to them, but they talk really slow.
Many have asked.
Many have asked where the charm is, yes?
They see the giants have a box in their hands and the giants tell them that this is what they need. Oh man, yeah, this is where the childhood trauma comes in. These giants are like violently ripped away from each other and assumedly die. Like they're dead. What the fuck? So anyways, they open the box and there's a key in it. The giant also told them that the charm is something called a mirror mask.
He said it! He said it!
They see a mask shop and figure the owner can help them track down the mask. Oh yeah, great, she's one of those Catman ladies. Catman lady insists that Helena has to wash her hands before they eat, and in the bathroom window she sees herself in a room arguing with her dad. It's sort of becoming clear that the window is like a foreshadowing plot device. Every time she looks in the window, the Helena on the other side is getting like increasingly more insane and violent and crazy and wahoo! Catman lady tells a story about her husband talking about the mirror mask, where at the end of it, she says,
And he said, Cynthia, remember, I don't know what I'm talking about.
check the game fact guide and it tells them don't let them see you're afraid. Well, Jesus fucking Christ, I sure wouldn't. So they keep walking and Valentine tells Helena that he has a tower, but they had a disagreement. So I guess he's just got a sentient building at his disposal. What? More Catmen show up and say something you never want to hear from a nightmare fuel Catman.
Hungry.
Game fact guide tells them essentially to feed the book to them because it's hard to chew when we get this lovely shot. We get a scene with the Dark Queen and oh my god! What is this movie rated? PG? What? Helena and Valentine come to a staircase and Helena remembers the giants told her to get higher. Yeah, bro, I'm working on it. So they go up the stairs and into the building shaped like the key they got, and Helena falls through the floor into a crowd of bird gorillas with wooden noses named Bob.
Hi, Bob.
What the fuck? Helena tries to use the Coco the Gorilla method to communicate to them that she's looking for the mirror mask. All the bird gorillas lose their shit when they see black birds flying in, and this is where the CG starts to look genuinely terrible. There's so much camera shake, blur, it's just genuinely overproduced. I'm guessing they did this to hide any mistakes they made in the modeling department, but good god, this scene is genuinely an eyesore. So they escape from the evil Bobs with the help of a few good Bobs. Sounds like a better movie. A few good Bobs. And they tell the Bobs they want to land where Helena can see the shining light again. Helena looks through another window and it's her and some guy sucking face. I guess by her reaction, she knows him.
He's horrible!
I don't know about you guys. Doesn't look like anyone we've seen yet. They come to what Valentine calls the Dreamlands between the borders. Helena has a weird experience, waking dream. I guess this is an effect of the Dreamland. Whatever. Helena talks with her mom about the mirror mask in a weird roundabout way. It doesn't clearly do anything to move the story along. Her mom says this.
Never put off till tomorrow what you can put off until the day after, right?
What the fuck does that mean? Seriously, this has nothing to do with anything before or after the scene, and it's presented as some sort of divine realization. I have no idea what this is supposed to mean. The mom is now just with them in Dreamland, I guess? And she calls Valentine Helena's boyfriend? There's some like weird underlying romantic tension between Helena and Valentine. She's 15. Does this man look any younger than 19 or 20? No. It's gross. Stop it. So anyways, mom tells her the mirror mask is probably right in front of her stupid face, and Helena realizes if this is a dream, she can just change what she wants and make things appear. Hold your goddamn horses. If you could just change whatever you want in the dream. Why are we even participating in all these shenanigans? Like, dream up the White Queen being awake. Maybe dream up the Dark Queen just explodes or something. Or better yet, just dream up a door and leave. It's so stupid. So Helena dreams up a building on the center of the water, and her and Valentine go in it to find a bunch of locks, one of which the key must go to. Helena looks out the window and sees the bad version of herself tearing pictures off the wall, which is now made abundantly clear that the world is the pictures on the wall. Bad Helena moves the building they're in over to a forest-type area for whatever reason, and Helena hurts her arm in the process. Valentine tells her to sit tight, and he doesn't ever say what he's gonna do. He just tells her to sit tight. Either way, what a nice young gentleman. Oh, he betrayed her. Shit. So Valentine hands her over to the Dark Queen for a reward and leaves. The Dark Queen sends Helena to her room, which is, I guess, just these clocks and boxes. A bunch of robot Karen Carpenters come out of the box and drug her, I guess. They drug her and give her an epic makeover into my first yeah, they give her a makeover. Then we get a really long, drawn-out montage where she has Vegeta hair, and she's bonding with her fake mom who had her drugged. Valentine comes to regret his betrayal and goes back to the room with the keyholes. Starts trying each lock one by one and eventually finds the one the key goes to. He finds a note from the Dark Princess saying that she used the mirror mask to switch places with Helena to live a real life. Then we're treated to a nice waspy dinner with the Dark Queen, and she just, Jesus Christ! Dude, that scares the shit out of me every time. Helena gives the Dark Queen a little bit of lip, and we get a peek at some terrible audio mixing.
You will not talk to me like that.
Valentine finds Helena tossing a ball against a wall. You know, like us teenagers do. They start juggling, and the spell is broken. It's just that easy. Just gotta juggle. Helena sneaks Valentine into her bedroom and try to think of where the... Hang on. Is that blackface? So they're trying to think of where the mirror mask could be, and oh, there's the game fact. And only one more tip. Maybe she could... Yeah, she finds it. It was in her room. Now they're off to find a window to get home. They're running through the woods, and Valentine sees a giant fruit and can't resist for whatever reason. This is literally just not explained. Then an old lady comes out of nowhere and tells some story about prophets eating the future fruit, and that's apparently what Valentine is eating.
The holy people, they eat the future fruit, and then they bring back words of wisdom.
Valentine has a vision of the future where he yoinks the mirror mask to get out and gets a peek at the capitalist dream. So the Hedgehog Boy tells Queen Blackface that the princess has run away again, and she goes absolutely sicko mode and chases after them. Queen Blackface finds him in the form of an Ocarina of Time Skulltula. Valentine signals to the tower to apologize to it, and the tower comes in and saves them. He could have just apologized the whole time. They would have skipped like 90% of the dangerous areas that they had to traverse. Whatever. So they go to a window on the tower, but oh no, they're too late. The Dark Princess rips the last window off the wall, and they're just doomed. The Dark Princess takes the pictures out to the balcony to burn them, but the matches won't light because it's just so windy. So she just throws them around. This is actually an example of a tiny twist that I enjoyed in this movie. See, I had thought because she didn't burn them, the one that had their window on it would have, you know, opened up out on the balcony and they would have popped out of that. You know, that seems like the most logical through line here that they could have taken. But no! During the touching scene out here earlier, Helena was drawing, and it turns out Helena is drawn around the door in the balcony. So she uses the mask there, and they swap places, and all is well. But how did Helena get to that window? I mean, like, all the pictures are specific places in the dream world. How did Helena know exactly which window corresponded with that one in the real world in, like, less than 2 minutes? While in a flying tower. While being chased by Queen Blackface. So there we have it. Everything's back to normal. We get a wrapping up scene where the doctor calls her dad, and we get some more bad audio mixing.
Yes? Thank you.
And mom's fine. Everything turned out. The closing scene's weird. It shows them all back at the circus working, and Valentine in real life, like the real Valentine that we had seen in the vision, comes up to the window and asks about joining the circus, and mom's like, oh, you have to be 18. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. He bumps into Helena and they have a laugh about it. He says he's always wanted to join the circus. Hold on, so I was right. He's definitely older than 18, and there's more romantic tension. What the fuck? So anyways, that about wraps this up, guys. Sorry it ended up being so long. There's just there's a lot going on with this movie. All in all, I would recommend it. I like the movie a lot. It's got some problems. It's pretty weird. It's hard to find. But if you do get a chance to see it, definitely watch it. I recommend it. If you liked what I did here, please leave a like. It really helps out in the algorithm. Subscribe to End the World Immediately. And until next time, goodbye.